Hello, everybody. Hello, Ruby. It is Mr. B from the Mind Master. On this lovely day, I am checking in to talk about if nothing changes, nothing changes. And I think you find that in many things in life. What I'm finding, though, is that currently there's been a couple of clients, a couple of people that I've been speaking to, and they're saying things like, why didn't I do this earlier? Why haven't I done anything about my child's education? And we can go on for years and years and years and years where we've got... Oh, good driving, darling. Where we've got...
If I hit a pothole.
Scared me a little bit. Where we go through the motions. Okay, so, you know, if you go to a speechy or OT or psych or counsellor, or you've been using different programs for years and you haven't seen major, massive, positive change, then maybe it's time to do something different. Okay, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Thank you, Einstein. And I found that to be so true. And when I was teaching, this was the case. So I would watch children 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, still getting testing, still having team meetings, still going through the motions, still getting in trouble for behavioural issues, still feeling less, or more so, less and less and less about themselves.
Coke bottle.
Just ran over a Coke bottle then as well.
Well, it rolled under the
Yeah,
fire.
it's okay. It's okay. Good driving. And that's why myself and another guy called Bill, we started 10 years ago. We started to look at different ways of doing things. And different is where it's at. Out of the box is where it's at. Out of the box is where you'll find solutions and not just maintenance. All right? Not just Band-Aid solutions that says they'll do something and it doesn't really help. Might help a little bit, might help in some cases, but I find the majority of the time, kids that struggle in like grade 1, grade 2, well, if most of the time will end up struggling 2, 3, 4, 5 years later. And that's because we're not getting in there and fixing what's not working. And what's not working are the neural pathways around learning. And this has been proven without a doubt. Kids that struggle and kids that have different forms of learning challenges like autism and dyslexia, they've taken pictures of the brain. But they did this 35 years ago. Taken pictures of the brain and they worked out what worked and what didn't. What needed to be stimulated, what neural pathways need to be grown in order for efficient learning and reading to take place. So, it sounds like I'm getting really ranty now. But the thing is, we can change those neural pathways. And once we do that, that's when I can make the claim, as you might have seen, that we have a 2-year jump. A 2-year jump in only 3 months. That's our average. 2 years improvement in 3 months. And I don't care where your child's coming from. We've had children with brain damage. We've had stroke victims. We've had children with autism jump up 8 years plus. It's sounds too good to be true. Sounds like a magic pill. It's not a magic pill. You've got to work for it. But it works, and doing something different instead of just going through the motions and stepping outside the box. So how we do that at the Mind Master is we have an online neuroscience program which actually tends to those learning centers of the brain which need to be adjusted or strengthened, or as I like to say, clear the bridges, I call it. And that's around memory, working memory, memory retention, memory recall, processing speed, auditory processing, sequencing, order of thought, transference, those neural pathways around transferring information, focus, attention, concentration, they're some of the key areas. And once you do that, wacko the diddly-o. You haven't heard that since the 70s, have you? We have quite a major improvement. Now, that's the first component of what we do. The second part is around self-belief, confidence, mindset. We all get in a bit of a rut, and we all have this self-talk. And if you've been struggling in the classroom like I was, then that self-talk turns into self-loathing, in my case, and you don't think you can do anything. And why? You know, the whys come in. Why is my friend better than me at that? Why does it take me twice as long to do my homework than it does little Johnny? Why am I not in the top reading group? Why? Just chip away at the belief that you can do anything, and it plays such a huge part. And a lot of the kids that we find, they're in that expectations. So past expectations. They're living in the past, and they're expecting that past to repeat itself. So when they've failed at something, they presume that's going to happen later on. And if you can click the switch, it is amazing what can happen. Absolutely amazing. The change that you can get in children in a relatively short amount of time. To be safe, we say 6 months. 6 months working with us in the booster program, and we work on mindset, and we work on rewiring the learning brain. Am I boring you, darling? You have a big yawn. It will blow your way. So where I'm going with this is, there's been people following me for years and going, why didn't I do this sooner? Why didn't I? Oh my goodness. For me to be online and just running a Facebook page for this long, I must be doing something right. To not have a job, to have left a permanent job, there's something that's a little different that works. And what works, what I know works, is what I show on a Tuesday and a Thursday morning, a Tuesday night and a Thursday morning. Okay, so I have live presentations once tonight. Live presentations on a Tuesday night and a Thursday morning. Please come and join me. And if your gut says, hey, this guy might have something, this guy might actually be onto something, if that's the case, jump on, we'll work together, we'll get some changes for your child and have them sitting pretty for the rest of the year. All right, that was me. That's me. A little ranty today. What? I didn't make good jokes like I normally do. Hey, Angus. Yes. Callum, is rewiring the brain good? All right. I'll see you all later, guys. You're amazing. Keep it up. Bye-bye.